Hello, my name is Angelo Fantasia and I'm the Athletic Director for the Timberlane Regional School District. Welcome to our virtual presentation of our Fall Athletic Awareness. This is an opportunity for us to give some highlights of the expectations that are involved in being in our athletic department, and also to give you an update as to what we have for athletics due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Right now we do know several things. We know that the NHIAA has postponed the fall start date to September 8th for high school athletics. And what we would like to do at this time is also be communicating the week after, sometime the week of September 14th, for middle school athletes to get started. Again, I would be remiss if I didn't say that start dates are subject to change at any time. There's still much to be determined in terms of scheduling, transportation, and spectator allowance. As we get more information, we will be putting that out to the public. I'd also like to introduce members of the Athletic Department office staff. First and foremost, we have Ms. Jessica Susi. She is the Athletic Administrative Assistant, and she is located in the high school. Jessica can be reached for any questions or information via phone at 603-382-6541, and her extension is 3940. You can also email her any questions or concerns, and that is jessica.susi@timberlane.net. I'm also proud to announce that we have Mr. Zachary Champion as our middle school athletic coordinator. This is Zach's first year. He works in the guidance department at the middle school, and he could be reached for any middle school questions at 603-382-7131, and his extension is 4923. Or you can email him at zachary.champion@timberlane.net. As I stated earlier, the COVID-19 pandemic has affected everyone, and athletics is no different. So if we are fortunate enough to have athletics, we do need to make sure that we are following best practices as they relate to the NHIAA Sports Medicine Committee, the National Federation of High Schools, the CDC, district concerns, and the Governor's Commission. We know first and foremost that hygiene is paramount. We need everyone to understand that it is important to be washing your hands frequently or sanitizing those hands. We need to make sure that you're not touching your face. If you're sneezing, you are making sure that you're sneezing into a tissue or into the inside of your elbow. We also want to make sure that people understand that face masks are very, very important, and the expectation is that you will have them and you will be wearing them. We also need to understand that in athletics, there will be a screening process over and above the school's screening. The NHIAA Sports Medicine Committee has determined that before each practice or contest, all coaches and student athletes will be screened. That includes a temperature check, and it includes screening questions. If we are fortunate enough to be playing in games and we are traveling to an away game and boarding a bus, the expectation from our opposing schools, as will be our expectations, everyone that is on that bus will have already been screened prior to boarding that bus. As we continue to get more information as it pertains to scheduling, spectator limitations or allowances, transportation, we will make sure that we get that out to you as soon as possible. I do want to take a moment and thank the student leaders that volunteered to help put this presentation together, and you'll be hearing from several of them in a few moments. But I do want to end my piece with the fact that we need to remind each other that we're all responsible for each other's safety. The number one priority through sports, through school, through everything in this community will be that we are following best practice guidelines. We are trying to keep the mitigation strategies intact, and we want to keep people as safe as possible. I want to thank everyone for their attention and wish everyone well. Stay safe and stay healthy.
Are Timberlane High School's expectations regarding academic eligibility? A student athlete at Timberlane is expected to pass all courses in the prior marking period to be eligible to play or participate in athletics. A failed class is a class with a final letter grade as an F or a class that is incomplete. Though this is true, a student may still complete an extracurricular activities if a makeup period is completed.
student has received a failing grade on their prior report card, they will not be allowed to play that season. As a part of Timberlane High School, academics should always come before athletics.
Due to the current COVID-19 pandemic, the Timberlane Athletic Department was not able to conduct impact concussion testing for middle school and high school athletes. Our school has coordinated with Access Sports Medicine to create an opportunity for student athletes to complete the testing from home. It is important for parents to register their son or daughter for sports through the athletic website prior to taking the impact concussion test. Any student athlete entering grades 6, 8, 9, and 11 and is already registered for their sport will need to complete the test prior to participation. All student athletes must also have an updated and valid physical examination form on file in the nurse's office. The registration link, as well as any additional information, can be found on both the middle school and high school pages.
Social media has become a huge part of our daily lives. When used appropriately, it is a great communication tool and a positive space to interact with others. On sites like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, nothing is private and anybody can see the posts that you like, share, or comment on. Giving feedback to posts that advertise inappropriate behavior not only reflects poorly on yourself, but on your school, team, and organization. Examples of this include, but are not limited to, engaging in posts online that encourage unsportsmanlike language towards other teams, players, or coaches, exploiting the use of illegal substances, and promoting the hazing or harassment of another person. If an athlete is found participating in this behavior, it is up to school administration to determine the punishment, which could include suspension from participation in the sport.
The Timberlane Regional School District does not take substance abuse and/or use lightly. Student athletes who do use illegal substances are in need of assistance and support. Students who are found to be in the possession of drugs, alcohol, tobacco, vape products, or e-cigarettes will lose 20% of their season. Those who are found in the presence will lose 10% of their season. Students who are caught with possession of any of the substances previously stated a second time will be dismissed from the team for the rest of the season. Students who are found in the presence of alcohol or other substances a second time will lose an additional 20% of their season. These rules apply to all sports and club teams that the school provides.
A member of a school team is a student athlete who is regularly present for and actively participates in all team practices and competition. Members of a school team should not miss a high school practice or competition for an out-of-school team. This includes out-of-school team practices, competitions, combines, tournaments, showcases, and other athletic events. Whenever a conflict arises between a high school team and an out-of-school team, the student athlete should honor their school team by giving it priority over the out-of-school event. Any student who fails to follow the rule the first time will be unable to participate in the next 4 athletic events or the next 3 weeks of the season, whichever is of greater length. If violated a second time, however, the athlete will be ineligible to participate in any and all high school sports for the remainder of the school year.
Life of an Owl is a group of student leaders at Timberlane who work to educate others on making healthy decisions. We meet monthly discussing different scenarios and how to help in specific situations. Life of an Owl is a branch of Life of an Athlete, which is a statewide program dedicated to educating students on how to make the healthiest life choices. Each year, students are nominated to be a part of our program and must complete a training in order to participate. Although Life of an Owl is a part of Life of an Athlete, we work very hard at Timberlane to be as inclusive as we can. Many of our student leaders aren't athletes, and we work with other groups within our school, including Peer Outreach and Owl's Nest. Our group also works with the Middle School Life of an Owl program in order to help make connections between middle schoolers and high schoolers. A program we are very proud of is our Little Owls program, where student leaders have the opportunity to read to preschoolers at Sandown Central. I personally am involved in Life of an Owl and Life of an Athlete at the statewide level. I am very excited to see how many young leaders these groups are shaping and what we will be able to accomplish in the future.